Hello and welcome to the beginner any% Dead Space 2 tutorial. We're going to start with chapter 1 here. So the run begins once we gain control. Hit new game, casual. If you have live split set up correctly, you can just start the timer here. This is a load screen and time will begin as soon as we move. So you can just hold forward and run. Timer will start automatically here. You can start it manually if you want and then run, but I would recommend getting it all set up. So we're just gonna run here. Just gotta run past the enemies, try to dodge things in your way. There's a couple props you can get stuck on in this opening sequence. One is this arm on the ground here. You can try to move the camera to the left. You can move the mouse to the left when you touch it to try to push it out of the way, or you can just run around it like this. But alternatively, if it gets in your way, kind of like move like that. Move the camera left to push it out of the way, then move back to the right. Very small time save. I wouldn't worry about it too much. You can just run around and keep getting stuck. But do the quick time event. Now, the camera here when you stand up is a bit weird. Try to turn sort of slow, a little bit slowly if you can. You see how it kind of jumped still? So if you move the camera quickly there, it'll jump all over the place. So you just got to be careful. This wheelchair, you can also run to the right around. Very minor time save, but you can get stuck on it. So move the camera to the left like that once you touch it, just to push it out of the way. Again, if you get stuck, just if you have trouble with it, just run around the left. It's a pretty small optimization. We're gonna run left through this room. It's a little bit quicker. Then going around the right side. I will be making a setup video as well. Once the whole playlist is done, hopefully you'll have watched that one before watching this. I have not recorded that as of the making of this video, but it should be done by the time all the tutorials are live. So I just bring that up because you'll see on my input display on the bottom left, I'm scrolling up to interact with things. You do want to have interact double bound, so I have it on E on the keyboard and I have it on the mouse, scroll up. You can do scroll up or down, it doesn't matter. It's just personal preference. But it allows you to interact with things a little bit faster, so you can open doors slightly quicker, more consistently. But it also makes some tricks on the run a little bit easier. Not as much in this particular route, but definitely for some of the more advanced versions of tricks, it's more important. Brightness, having brightness turned all the way up is very important. Again, that'll be covered in that video. I have the brightness turned up. Here, a quick tip is if you want the game to look bright in OBS, usually you have to use display capture and then add. Well, I guess either way would work with game capture, I suppose. But you need a filter and just increase the gamma, just basically increase the brightness. All right, so spam interact here. So just scroll up for me is what I have, and then you spam heal and interact because you need to use heal to use that tutorial. But you're basically just spamming that so you use the tutorial and pick up the flashlight as fast as possible, because picking up the flashlight is what actually breaks you out of the cutscene there, and then just interact with this elevator as quick as you can. Once we get to the bottom of this elevator, that's basically the end of the intro of the run. We're going to start doing some actual tricks here.
Your dementia will kill you.
So first one is locator skip. Very small time save, but it's worth trying. So normally the game forces you to stop and won't let you move until you use the locator. But if you're aiming when you hit the trigger, and it's right around there, if you're aiming and then tap the locator button, so for me it's B, that's the default, it'll let you skip that. So I'm gonna run forward. When I get to about there, kind of where that bloody footstep is, those two there, I'm gonna hold aim and just tap B. And make sure you have to be holding aim the whole time. If you are aiming, you hit it and let go, it's not gonna work anymore. So just be holding aim once you get to right about here, just be holding aim, tap B real quick, let go. Once he kind of moves his arm a bit, you'll know you got it. You can keep going. So this room's pretty dark. I've cranked my gamma up. It's still pretty hard to see, but we're gonna do table boost here. So basically, all you have to do is just run straight into this table and you'll climb over it. So you want to run right about where that blood patch is, just to take the tightest line through this room. With the brightness turned up, it's a little bit easier to see, but it's pretty dark. But that gets you over there, and we just run around this way. Alright, now we're going to do some flashlight dupes. So open this door, and then pause the game, hit tutorials, and you can be moving forward while you set this up. But you want to menu down to restore health, and then press Q to use that. Now, don't hit interact until we hit the cutscene here, but the way this works is we're spawning the flashlight again, and every time we pick it up, it'll break us out of any cutscene that we're in. So, tutorials, scroll down, hit restore health, we hit the heal button, and once we hit this cutscene here, just press interact, and we're able to move again. Now, one more, hit tutorials, restore health. Now, very important, don't hit the button, don't hit Q until you get in the vent. So pull up the tutorial, get in the vent by interacting, then hit Q. Then we're just gonna hold forward here. The reason for that is if you hit interact early, you'll pick up the flashlight, then get in the vent. We need to get in the vent and then do it. So just make your way through the vent here. Nothing too crazy. It's a little faster to hold one direction to turn and then press forward, but that's basically it. And once we hit this cutscene, basically once you see Isaac start to fall, we're going to pick up the flashlight again. So just make sure you don't hit interact until we fall. There we go. And then checkpoint restart. The camera bugs out here if you skip this cutscene, so we just need to reload to fix that. Then we're just gonna hold forward to run out of the load, and we're gonna go left a little bit, and then interact with this. I usually aim there because aiming turns Isaac a little bit faster, but you just gotta interact with this. It's not a huge deal. I'm just gonna hold run into the right here. Turn my camera to the left a bit. We're gonna grab one of these spikes, do a 180, turn around, and shoot it at this glass. Just run past this guy. If you just keep running, he can't hit you. Sometimes he does not come around this corner, but if he does, just throw that at him. Pick up this health pack and use it. It's very important because that will finally restore our normal running speed. And we're just gonna run through this room. We're gonna pick up some spikes on the ground and kill these guys. So pick up that one, shoot that guy. This guy, you can actually grab his body and throw against him and just keep going. You can pick up some of these items if you really want to, but you shouldn't really need them. You can stomp this guy and grab an item off him while you wait for that door to open, but that's about it. You don't really need to stop and get the boxes. So here, this is why I was aiming to interact with the other thing earlier. You can kind of see it a bit better here. So if I actually turn Isaac, he takes a little bit longer to turn like that. But if you tap aim, he'll instantly flick to that direction. So you can run here, flick aim, and then hit interact. Just get it slightly faster.
Is that a tissue laser? A plasma cutter?
All right, so we're gonna run left around this panel once we gain control. And we can actually ignore this guy. If you find he gets in your way, you can kill him if you want, but you don't really need to. So we're just gonna ignore him. Turn left here. Make sure you shoot this guy more towards the arms or the head. It's a little bit easier to hit him, but you do need to shoot him to progress. You need to kill him,
Isaac,
or else you can't get past.
You have to dismember the creatures to stop them.
I know. I've had a lot of
All right, so just run around this wheelchair. Got a really loud sound here. You can grab this money, this ammo, and this item. Now we're gonna get two enemies. It can be either here first or on our left here first. It's random, but we're gonna get both. So we got this guy first. You can grab an item from him real quick if you want. You can even grab a spike and kill this guy instantly. Now we'll get a third guy. He always comes around this corner. You don't even need to kill him. I usually just shoot him once. This door is on a timer, so you just have to wait for it to unlock. It's not based on whether the enemies die or not. You can grab that ammo there. Just run straight to this door. While it's opening, you can grab this box if you want. You want the items. Just go this way into this room. Now this fight is a little bit random. I'll pick up that. Just pointing out the stuff you can pick up. You can kind of just spam interact walking through this room and grab some stuff. Some ammo there. Ult back there if you really want it. All right, yeah. So this fight is a little bit random. I always throw this out of the way. It doesn't really matter, but basically there's 5 enemies. We do need to kill all of them to unlock the door. I'm gonna show you a way to try to manipulate the first guy to jump out of this vent, but it's not 100% consistent, but I find it to be a little bit better than just kind of winging it. So if you see the edge of this vent here, I'm gonna aim my left dot of my cutter while it's horizontal like this, on like the bottom right of this vent, and I'm gonna try to get it. So if you see how there's like these tiles on the wall, I want to get like 3 vertical rows of tiles visible while aiming at this spot. So the way you do it is basically by just aiming at the wall and kind of just walking backwards like this, so you get it like that. So obviously I didn't get it because I was explaining it, but I'll show the room twice. So we didn't get a guy there. We do always get 2 guys on the right here, and then this guy spawns later. Ideally, we want to do it in the opposite order, but that's fine. So then just run this way. You'll get a guy here usually. Now this 5th guy can be in a different spot. He kind of trolled us. There he is. Okay, that's actually not too bad. That room can be a lot worse. Sometimes he'll be behind you and you gotta run back up the ramp, but you just gotta deal with whatever you get here and then just try to run down to the bottom floor. So we'll do this again. We'll do it full speed this time. So money there, ammo there.
Who is? Who's after us?
Some more ammo. Honestly, you probably don't even really need this health pack because you're gonna get a full refill anyway at the end of the chapter, but you can pick it up if you want. So just walk back here, kind of aim at the vent, just keep tapping back, try to keep aiming in the same spot there, and try to get about 3 of those vertical rows of tiles still visible. You can just kind of stand in this spot. It's really not that precise, but that spot does seem to be pretty good to get that guy there. As long as you kill the guys pretty fast, it's not going to make a huge difference. TK Impale is very quick as well, if you can manage that. See, that was a good pattern. I didn't kill that guy as fast as I could have, but that's pretty ideal. And just open this door quickly once it unlocks. It's on a timer from when you kill the 5th enemy, so you just want to get there pretty quick after killing them. Make sure you don't lose time. So hack panels, 8 possible directions you can hold. So if I go around a circle here, you want to look for the blue node, whatever you want to call it. This guy, you have to stasis. He's invincible until you stasis him. So stasis him, kill him. I'd recommend grabbing the stasis refill. You don't need it, but it's helpful. Once you touch this door, once Isaac fully runs into it, checkpoint restart. This helps prevent a crash. Run around the right side of this guy, so you can make it through the doorway, and make your way to the elevator. Alright, so you can kill these guys, or you can just kind of throw this body at him, knock him down. Doesn't matter. Just make sure you get in this when it opens. Because if you're too far away and it closes, you will have to wait for it to come all the way back. And it's very slow. Alright, so we're getting pretty close into the chapter. A little bit of a cutscene here. Again, can't do anything to speed this up. But we're coming up to our first decompression room here in a second. The way these work is if the glass into space gets blown out, you gotta shoot a red triangle to close the door. So we're just gonna try to do that as fast as possible. There is a really fast way to do this. So if you just don't move your camera, it'll eventually reset to a set position. And if you just move up and right a certain amount, you can kind of snipe this really quick. I would just say aim and then move up and shoot it. You can try to do the flick, and it is pretty consistent once you get it down, but it is a little difficult to do. It doesn't save too much time. Grab this money here, running on the way. You don't have to stop, but just make sure you mash interact there to grab that. That's 1,000 credits, which is exactly enough to buy the engineering suit, so buy that. They put it there to make sure you can afford it. You should have some other money by this point, most likely, at least, but it just makes things easier to just pick that up. You don't lose any time getting it. Like I said, you don't have to stop like I did. You can just run straight past it. One thing I'll mention too is make sure if you ever run by save stations, it's not really a problem there, I don't think, but there's a couple parts in the run where you walk by save stations near a door or something. Just be careful, because sometimes if you're just mashing interact, you can get pulled into those instead of actually interacting whatever you're trying to interact with. So you just mash escape, get out of there. So the reason I said to possibly grab that stasis refill is because it lets you have one shot for this boss. Just run to about the center of the room past this big pillar. The center of the room, that'll spawn this guy. So you're running left here. Throw the stasis at the floor. You can try to hit his body, but it has a spread effect. If you hit the floor, it'll also hit him here. So each arm, 3 hits. It's pretty generous. You don't have to hit the sort of yellow spot in the middle. You can hit anywhere on the arm. So just kind of go for wherever makes sense. And there you go, he's dead. And the reason I said to run left is ideally you want to try to be, because you hit it here, You want to try to be running left so that you get stopped here, and then you can just start making your way, you know, ideally shooting them the whole way, but you can stop and shoot them if that's easier. If you want, you can also wait to grab this gold semiconductor. It's worth 3K. And grab this while the door's opening if you want. You shouldn't really need this semiconductor, and it is a little slower to grab it, but if you feel like you want the money, you can grab it. You can always not get it later. That money's also free to grab. Kinesis that. Get in here. And that is pretty much chapter 1. It's going to end once we get out of this vent here.
The longer you're awake, the more the signal spreads. It's killing you.
But yeah, that's the first level.
Tried to keep it in check with memory suppressants.
You said you could fix it, right?
Only if you reach me in time. Tram station, get moving.